Hi, everybody. Merry quacking Christmas from all of us. This is our Quacker factory here at QVC. Our buyers are here, our Susan, our Annette, our Colleen, and I have my son Tim here today. We're going to read our Christmas story. We hope that you are having the best Christmas in the whole wide world this year. Let's make it a joyful day and keep that joy going throughout the year. Tim, what you reading today?
It's Mooseltoe.
You know, we picked one. He's a showy moose. He's got all the doodads hanging from his mustache because we're like a quacker. We wanted somebody who was really a big moose and showy-offy. That's why we're doing this story.
All right, Jack, hit it.
'Twas the season.
And Moose was merry. He joyfully tickled the ivories with a tuneful of tidings and a flurry of fa-la-las. He was so full of ho-ho-hos, even his moustache had the holiday spirit.
Can you imagine? Even his moustache is in the spirit of the thing. That's why we've always got to be spiriting.
But Moose was more than just a bit merry and bright. He was busy, 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 and there was a lot to be done on his list of to-dos.
Jack's reading the story with Tim. He's helping. You can do it, little Jack. You're doing a good job. Read along.
But with orderly organization and a bit of regimentation, lots of imagination and just plain old moose know-how, getting ready for the big day should have been simple, easy, yes, and in all probability just
Perfectly perfect.
And it was. It was the beginning of a perfectly perfect season. Here we go.
He wasted not one merry minute. Moose got moving and put some hustle into the holiday bustle. He went to work. He wrote cards and letters till his hooves hurt.
Oh, jobs, jobs, jobs.
He shopped till he dropped.
Check.
He hauled home boxes and bags and presents galore. Moose had gifts for everyone stacked from ceiling to floor.
Check, check, check.
Then he rapped, yo, 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 and he ribboned, ho, ho, ho. And on each and every package he tied a big, beautiful bow.
Check
And
double check.
So far, so simple, so easy, so...
Perfectly perfect.
What was it?
Perfectly perfect.
How perfect? That's what it's all about at Christmas.
All right, you want to read this one?
Another look at the list, and Moose headed for the kitchen. He pulled out pots, pans, and bowls. He sifted through stacks and racks of cookbooks. He whisked with his left, spooned with his right.
Moose baked tons of tins of cookies,
Check,
dozens of cakes, breads, and sweets.
check, check, check.
He made jellies, sticky jams. Moose roasted a goose and some chestnuts, and he toasted marshmallows and yams.
Check, check, check. Triple check.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a heck of a lot of
That's
checking you
some
got going there.
checks.
Why don't you let little Jack, come on over here, little Jack. Come on. Come on, let's show the quackers how you walk. Well, we're just going to walk away. Okay. Come back later. Come quack with us.
Yes, yes, so simple, so easy, but of course so.
Perfectly perfect.
Tell me that again.
Perfectly perfect.
How perfect.
Perfect.
I love that. That's what Christmas, we got to keep Christmas perfectly perfect, but don't get stressed.
Decorations were up next on his list of things to do and get done. So Moose decked the halls, then spruced up the walls. He beaded, bowed, and mistletoed. Oh!
I'm going to tell you guys, we're reading a Christmas story, but I wanted it to be like your Christmas at home, and this is what it's all about. It's about your kids, your grandkids, and Jack's only a year old. His attention span might be a little shorter, so stick with us, guys. We're having a quacky moment here. And he's happy about it.
Decorations were up next on his list of things to do and get done. So Moose decked the halls, then spruced up the walls. He beaded and bowed and mistletoe. He gathered garlands, roped wreaths and holly, jingled bells, sang Noels. Oh, good golly, this moose was jolly.
Check, 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 check.
You got a lot of checking going on there. I think everybody needs you helping with their Christmas list, Austin.
Least but not least, he hung all the stockings, each and every one with special care. And just in time, too, soon Santa would be there.
check, and finally check.
Yes, sirree.
Check.
Getting ready.
Good, Jack. Good checking.
Getting ready for Christmas was an absolute snap, and so simple, so easy. And he did say so himself, and if he did say so himself, Moose thought, totally, utterly, completely.
Perfectly perfect.
How about that? Can you kids say perfectly perfect? Perfectly perfect. You got it. Can you say perfectly perfect? Anna, can you go? Ah! What's Anna, tell me perfectly perfect again. Perfectly perfect. Nope, she's gonna hide this time.
On that night before Christmas, Mother, little Sissy, Bucky, and Junior looked all through the house. What a job Moose had done. Everything looked bountiful, festive, quite fine indeed. There was just one minor problem, if you will. Oh dear, sighed the missus as the five stared at one empty corner. Oh my, oh me, oh gee. Pop, what happened? Cried Junior. You forgot the tree. Uh-oh.
What is Christmas? Have you ever had a Christmas with no tree, you guys? Would be very sad. Where would Santa Claus put the presents? We gotta have a tree. We're not perfectly perfect anymore.
Oops.
Oops.
Where would they hang the tinsel, string the popcorn, light the lights? Where would Santa leave his gifts for the kiddies on Christmas Eve night? So Moose pulled on his galoshes and put on his hat. He would find a tree
Somewhere.
somehow, and that's all there was to that. So out went the Moose, braving blustery, blowing winds and the cold, trudging through snowdrifts, courageous and bold. Moose first hoofed it down to the corner, not a tree to be had. Then he slid around the block.
Uh-oh.
Things were looking bad. He went down every boulevard, street, and little road. He looked down lanes and alleys. Every tree had been sold. There wasn't a branch, not a twig, not even one lousy bowless bow hanging around.
Nope. Nada.
Not a tree to be found.
We're in big trouble, guys.
Things are
I'm
bad
telling you, I
news.
want Santa to come down my chimney, and with no tree, maybe he won't come. Oh, what are we gonna do, Anna? You will help me. What are we gonna do? Okay.
No tree, sighed the sad Moose as he came home empty-handed that snowy eve. The kids tried to make the best of it. They said, oh so, who needs a tree? But Moose could plainly see they were short on the glee. He knew he had to do something, and that's just what he did. In the empty corner he stood and spread his arms out very wide. Then he smiled at his children and he winked at his bride. Kids, he declared, fetch your forgetful pop some of that tried and true family glop. So back came the kids carrying a big pot of glue, and without a word to one another, they knew just what to do. They each took a part, grabbing strands, taking hold, then carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped and they plopped and they pasted and they pressed. They curled and they twirled every which way a follicle could fathom, until Moose's magnificent mustache was indeed even more of a marvel to see.
Dad came to the rescue.
Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from his head to his toes and draped him with tinsel beginning with his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, and plums sugar sprinkled. Then they all stood back. Junior plugged in his pop.
Ooh. What
Yes.
did he say? Ooh. No, we all have to go. Ooh.
Yes, Moose truly was one incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing, and boy, oh boy, was he ever bright. He is bright, isn't he?
Isn't he? He's bright. He's hairy, too.
Then Junior placed the star on top of Moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner instead, still twinkling and blinking and waiting for Santa. And oh, so it wasn't so simple, and it wasn't so easy, and
Okay.
it wasn't so.
Perfectly perfect.
But you know what? It was pretty close.
Can we all go ho, ho, ho? And you know what, guys? Christmas isn't perfect. That's why we brought our Quacker family with us today. We wanted you to see that for all the noise and all the running around and all the popcorn flying, we're having a very Merry Christmas because we're all not perfectly perfect, but we all love each other in a very perfect way. All of us here at the Quacker Factory would like to say Merry Christmas, a blessed New Year, and we love all of you from the bottom of our hearts. Hey, Jack, let's ho, ho, ho. And everybody, let's Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas from the Quacker Factory. And how about a Happy New Year?